What's going on, far, far away family? How's everybody doing today? Everybody doing good? Because this was a great episode of Andor. I know there wasn't a lot of action. There wasn't, but I don't know. The story played out and just how Mon Mothma did not know that this was going on. Like how she was just like oblivious to the whole situation. Today, it's going to be a little bit, I'm not going to say different because Garrison will be here in a minute, but I don't think CJ's showing up. He has some work stuff. What's going on, Chris? How you doing today? But so for the time being, it's just going to be me on the show. So we're going to go over just some of the thoughts that I had on Andor because this episode offered us so much in depth when it came to, how much, what's going on behind the scenes, kind of, how the Empire is doing their things. And there were so many Easter eggs in here. Two really big ones that I want to point out that I don't think a lot of people caught, that I didn't catch until actually I caught one of them the first time I watched it. I caught the second one the second time I watched it. I know there's a bunch more, but there was these two things that really jumped out at me. So I want to discuss them today. But I just really liked the in-depth that it went into on what's going on behind the scene and how Mon Mothma she was just like, she just didn't know what was happening. Like she didn't know what, Luthen was going to do. She didn't have no idea. And that just surprises me. But then it doesn't at the same time because Mon Mothma is really, she's kind of like one of those people that's very sincere and she's heartfelt and she cares about the people in the Republic and, she doesn't want no species to, have to starve or go through any pain or suffering or anything like that. And that's just not, this is a war. You're in a war. What's going on, Star Wars team leader? What's going on, Clint? Clinton, I'm sorry. My first name is Quentin. My name is Quentin Kyle. And I'm sitting here and I look at your name every single week, Clinton, and I call you Clint for some reason, and it's almost the same as my first name, so it's kind of weird. But I don't know. There's just so much in-depth going on. Chris says, I feel like Mon Mothma wants the rebellion, but didn't realize the violence that has to come first. Yeah, that's true. That is very true because, dude, you're going to have to be in some type of war. People are going to die. It's not like you can just have a peaceful, just go ask the Emperor, hey, Mr. Palpatine or Emperor Sidious or whatever he's going by. Hey, can we just be nice to everybody, please? Clint says, that's my brother's middle name. What, Kyle or Quentin? But, yeah, it's just, it just surprised me. She's like so just like wow that it happened. Like, what do you think was gonna happen? You guys gotta get money. That's all y'all been talking about since the very beginning. Was getting money to fund the rebellion. Oh, that's cool. Quentin, yeah. You know that name, the actual, so my mom named me, so there was a actor in Dark Shadows, an old TV series way back in the day. It was about vampires. And the main actor on that show, his name was Quentin Lequeux. He was French. And that's what my mom named me after. And then my dad was like, no, you can't give him that damn middle name. He sounds like a weirdo or, it was back in them days. So they said things that we can't say nowadays because, we get censored. But basically, so she changed it to Kyle. But on my original birth certificate, that was my name, Quentin Lequeux. That's good. Kyle's a great name. I named my youngest son that, and now he turned out to be a freaking, I don't know what's wrong with him. But, yeah, so that's how I was named. But I don't know. There's just a lot of, there's a lot going on, and there was okay, I'm getting tongue-tied because I like this episode a lot. It really brought forth, like, the in-depth stuff that's going on behind the scenes in the very beginning. Like, because you got to think about it. They don't know about the rebels yet. Like, rebels from... Oops, let me turn my phone down right quick. I forgot to do it. But there's no... they don't know about the rebels yet. They don't know about certain, concepts of the other people, these little rebel factions that are happening. They don't know nothing about none of this shit. Nobody knows about each other at this point. So they're trying to figure this out. And there's like, I don't know the words to explain it. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's exciting. I'm really excited because what really makes it exciting, I just got done finished watching it for the second time right before the show. So I'm like all amped up about it now. I'm like, it's like I'm on my Star Wars crack right now. I'm getting my Star Wars fix. But it's one of those things that just puts you like right in the middle. And I really like the way Mon Mothma was trying to go creep around the bush when she was talking to the guy at the end, her friend at the end, and she's telling him what's going on. And, she's trying to hint to him, and he's kind of hinting to her, like, I really don't give a fuck about the Empire at this point. And she's like, yeah, I'm glad that you said that because I need to talk to you right quick. Hey, kid, you want to, help out, give some money? Because we're about to start a rebellion and take this motherfucker over. And, he's kind of like, and then her asshole husband, I really don't like that dude. If I ever met that dude, like, I punched that dude in the face. Her husband's a dick, man. He's an asshole. Like, why did you marry this prick? Like, I see why she leaves him in Rebels, because we don't ever see her husband and her daughter in Rebels. So we know that she just basically bounced on him. And I'm not surprised because her daughter's a brat and her husband's an asshole. So, it's just, but he comes and he just interrupts their conversation and come meet these people, come talk to these people. And my mouth was like, I don't want to talk to none of these people. You invited up a bunch of people that hate me. We got that 2 episodes ago. We knew that these people were just messed up. But there was a lot going on. I liked how they started out. Tell me this. So when they started out, and he's, what's his face? What's his name? The ex-cop dude, Serial or whatever his name is. He's just sitting there in the bed or on the edge of the bed, and he just staring, and he just looks miserable. Then he goes in and starts eating. And his mom is just just trying to control his every little thing about his life. Like, he can't even get dressed without her trying to manipulate him. And he's sitting there, and then when the thing comes on about the robbery, he's like enthused about it. He's like, oh my God, what happened? And, she was like, oh, the rebels robbed him. Yeah, Sorrel, that's his name. Yeah, it's just like I don't know, man. It's like, dude, slap your mama, man. Like, I would never tell anybody to do that, but like, dude, your mom's a bitch, man. Like, for reals. She is not a nice person at all. Like, just not a nice person. Like, I just, like, she just bothers me so much. There's a lot of people in this episode or in this series that I just really just don't like. It's just like, they're just really annoying. Like, Mon Mothma's husband, her daughter, she needs to just like slap the crap out of her daughter. His mom, I don't like the dude in that's the Imperial dude that's always trying to get the chick in trouble. I'm terrible with names, so I'm not gonna remember all the names. But he's constantly trying to get her in trouble, and she just got a promotion because she went around all of them and did the right shit. It just, and then I don't know. There's just these certain. It makes it so good because it's like, oh, I hate these people. Oh, I just wish you would just die. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you so annoying? Like, why you got to be an asshole about everything? I just don't get it. It just doesn't make me. It kind of makes me upset. It really does. It really upsets me. But there was just a lot of in-depth stuff. And then, okay, let me ask y'all a question. Do you think the droid that's choking the crap out of Cassian is K2SO? Or is it going to be like a security guard droid at wherever they take him to be a prisoner at that he hot wires and reprograms in order to help him escape? What do y'all think? I'm thinking it's the latter. I think that when he's locked up It's going to be a K2SO droid that he reprograms in the prison, and that's who helps him escape. What do y'all think? Tell me. Give me y'all thought. Yep, Chris. That's what I'm assuming. I'm assuming too. You know, I'm assuming that it's going to be a prison droid, and that's who K2SO is. And they got to get him out pretty soon because I know it's a three episode arc that's coming up. So basically, 8, 9, and 10 is going to be an arc. So I'm guessing that's where K2SO comes in. I didn't think they was going to bring him in until the second season, but I kind of have a feeling that that's what's going to happen. And another thing that sucks, all of his money, all of his crap is sitting on top of that shower. I wonder if that chick is going to find it. I think the woman's little robot's going to come and download into one of them and help him break him out. Hey, that's possible. That's a good thought. That's a good theory right there, team Star Wars team leader. That's a good that's a good theory. I didn't think about that. What did y'all think about her? She just basically like, I'm about to join the rebels. And Cassian is like, what? You're about to do what? Clinton says, I thought that at first, but I had a different name with the caps. Okay, I don't understand what you mean. Oh, okay, you're talking about the name Cyril, whatever his name is, yeah. But I don't know, it seemed there was just a lot going on in this episode, and it kept you. Here we got Garrison coming in here. He should be clicking on in a second if he hits the button right. Hit the button. There he goes.
There we go. Hey, sorry about that.
But it was like, I don't know, there was just a lot going on in this episode. It just kept you on the edge of your seat, everything that was happening. Like, who was them two chicks that was, I know the one is Luthen's his little, I don't know, secretary or shop help hand or whatever. But who was that other chick?
What?
The two chicks when they're talking, and they're talking about Cassian, having to find Cassian, getting rid of loose ends, basically. Who was the other chick?
Oh, yeah. I don't know who that other chick is. I'm assuming she's like, she works for the white dude, the rich,
Luthen?
like the guy who talked to Cassian. Thank you, Luthen.
No. That's the other chick that's the one that works for Luthen, or Luthen.
Yeah, she's
the dark-haired chick is the one that works for here. I'm talking about the blonde-haired chick, the other girl.
Oh, dude, that was the chick that they went on.
That's the chick from the heist. Are you sure?
Yeah, she's just all dressed up. I know. She has.
Dude, so basically, she got the ship off of the other planet or whatever, the Doctor planet. She got it hidden, and then she came all the way to Coruscant to meet up with Luthen.
Yes, and got a makeover on the way.
Yeah, because she looked hot. She looked way hotter.
She's like, that was not the same woman.
Yeah, I didn't know that was the same woman. So they didn't want to catch the reference that they used about the hand of the Empire, the fist, making the fist. Yeah. And then what Princess Leia says in New Hope about you squeeze hard or whatever the thing is. I can't remember what it is right off. I caught that one. I was like, yeah, that's pretty good. I like that.
That was a good one. Dude, I'm loving it. Even though this episode like literally had nothing like crazy happen, it was still good. I liked it.
It was hella good. That's the crazy thing. It was like, I'm watching it and I'm like, and I kind of knew that it was going to be like a filler episode type. You know, it wasn't going to be nothing major because the next arc starts on 9 or episode 8. I mean, is the next arc is 8, 9, and 10. But like just what was happening, like all the little inner politics and conspiracy and hiding and talking and it just kept you like you didn't know what was gonna happen. Like because she was like, well, they might cancel or blah 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 or what, and it's like, dude, what are you talking about? Like, what's going on? Like, I want like her and Luthen's little exchange in the shop. is her fucking driver. Like, I think her driver is an ISP agent. I really do.
Oh, 100%.
Like, because why does she keep turning her back to him like he could be able to read lips or something?
She even says that. She's like, I think my driver's an ISP agent.
So it's like, I don't know. There's like a lot of that beast trooper. Okay, well, hold up. Star Wars team leader said that beast trooper was an a-hole. Yes, that is true. He was.
Yeah.
Like that dude, because Cassian just get. Do you know that that's a credit card machine that they're just sliding across? And then I went and translated the Arabic, and it's all wrong. It don't have anything. It's all wrong. I was like, dude, what are they talking about? Like, yeah, no, it's all wrong. It's not even the names. The sentences is like all wrong. Like like Andor's sentence is 25 years, and they said 6.
Oh, what the flip?
Yeah, it's all wrong. So I just don't think that they don't know how deep Star Wars fans go. Cause I went, I was like, what does that Arabic say? And I went and translated, got the Arabic thing out and translated. I was like, oh hell no. Let's see. I'm missing chats here.
Flipping. I think one of the cool things about this series that I'm really starting to notice is it's entertaining in more ways than one. Like, there doesn't have to be action for it to be entertaining. There's enough intrigue and turmoil and like political drama going on that it's entertaining no matter what's happening.
So I was talking about the Cassian's mama chick, whatever. Like, I'm terrible with names, even though I just watched it before I came on. I can't remember nobody's names, but Chris said it makes sense that she would want to join the rebels. She lived through the Clone Wars, so I'm certain she's sick of being controlled. That's a good. Yeah. The other girl is the girl from the heist. Yeah, okay, I'm just trying to make sure I get. Wasn't that her daughter? Whose daughter?
What?
Luthen Vale. This episode was good and let you know what's going on behind the scenes with the rebels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really digging it.
Dude, it's so good, man. And I'm like, dude, I was looking at like overall rating and then just kind of going through like Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and just looking at everybody's comment. Dude, I have not seen nobody that says they don't like this shit. There's nobody bitching. Nobody saying this isn't Star Wars. Yeah. Nobody, at first, after the first 3 episodes, there was a few people out there that was talking about this ain't Star Wars. This is bullshit. But after the first 3 episodes, and now we're on to episode 7, everybody just talks about how much they like this. Like, dude, this shit surprised the shit out of me because, like I said before, I wasn't even going to watch this shit. I was, fuck this Andor. I don't care about this shit. But this shit is freaking good. It gives you, I don't know, it's like watching a damn soap opera. Remember the soap operas your mom used to make you watch when you was little? She'd be watching soap operas. You had to sit there in the living room and watch them with her. And you got intrigued because it's like, what's going to happen? You know what I'm saying? What's going on? She's sleeping with him and he's sleeping with her. And the president is sleeping with her and this is happening with her. That's how it gives you that feeling. Like you want to know what's going to happen. It's like constantly just sucking you in more and more. What's going on, Bodie? But yeah, it's just did you see the really big
alien? No.
Alien at the dinner?
I can't think of what he's talking about.
I know I've seen some aliens, but I don't know which one you're talking about. The one where they're walking by, when they walk by them right before they go through that spider web looking thing.
I don't know. My thing is, if she's a senator and the Empire is pretty racist, how are there all these aliens? Well,
this is the thing.
Or maybe Palpatine is just the racist.
Well, and that's what I don't get, because his right-hand man is the big blue horn dude.
Yeah.
So it's like, dude, that's always been kind of weird that, you know what I'm saying, it played, he was over by the window.
Right. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I can't think of who he's talking about.
The real big alien. I know the dude that he walks by right before he goes through the net. I had never seen that alien before. And then that snout nose thing that looked like an anteater that Cassian walks by on the beach. that was something I seen that knew that wrinkly dude by the neck. I kind of caught that one. I don't think I must have missed him because I can't think of what you're referring to. He was real big.
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to go back and look at it again. See, that's another thing. I watched it twice and I didn't catch any Easter eggs until the second time around. Like the first time I was just so enthused on what was going on, I missed all the Easter eggs. Like I didn't see shit.
Yeah. I don't know. Some of the Easter eggs are like, all right, do you really consider that an Easter egg? It's like borderline coincidence. But
Well, I mean,
other ones are
like,
cool.
okay, so let's real quick. He's by the window. He's huge, and when her and him are talking, I don't know why I didn't see that. Here, let me bring up a couple of the Easter eggs that I noticed. I only seen two that really caught my attention. Let's see.
It was the hand thing.
Well, the hand thing, that's
fist
not
to
really
the
an
front.
Easter egg. That's kind of, I guess you could call that an Easter egg, but that's not really an Easter egg to me. I look for more visual
reference.
things.
Okay.
Let me see here. Where we at? Where they at? Okay, so we got that one. So we got this one right here. That's the armor that Starkiller wears in the video game.
What? Oh, let me zoom in. That's sick. I didn't know that.
And then the other one, let me see. Oh, oh, what the hell?
Oh, stop showing your porn. I'm just kidding.
Oh, right here. That's a guard's helmet. The Jedi guard or the Jedi Temple guard helmet.
Oh, like the Guardian?
Which I don't know why he would be able to have that, because you would think the Empire would have
Like gotten rid of like Jedi artifacts?
any Jedi archive, any Jedi stuff they would have got rid of. So that has to be like a replica or something. I doubt that that's a real thing. And since this happened would this be before or after Starkiller? Because Starkiller is really not canon. But I guess now he's canon if he wore the armor. Would this make him canon?
I don't think it's canon just because the same looking armor appears in a show.
Well, he wore the armor in the video game.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean just because an armor that looks similar is in a show means he's canon.
Yeah.
I don't know. Plus,
but it's Sith armor, so I guess it would be all right for him to have Sith armor because
yeah. Is it?
It would be.
I don't know if this is before or after. I'm assuming before or after. I'm assuming this takes place like after.
I don't know. That's the two things. I don't know because I never really played the video game, so I don't have any reference to go off of.
Because yeah, fuck. How much longer is this before Rogue One?
So
it was like a couple years. Yeah,
I don't know. So this is something that's confusing to me. So if you read Tony Gilroy's, I think it's on his webpage. I'm not sure, but there was supposed to be 5 seasons of Andor, 12 episodes per season that led up to Rogue One. Now the article that I read I can't remember where it was at. Sorry guys, I have freaking MS brain. I can't remember shit. But I know that he said there was supposed to be 5 seasons originally. That's what Disney discussed with him. Then they cut it down to 2 seasons. So did they cut it? Did they combine episodes? Did they, how did they do it to where it ends at Rogue One, or does it even end at Rogue One? I've never really actually read anything that says it ends at Rogue One.
Yeah, it might not. So
I just assumed that that's where they would end it at, but I just read that article yesterday. So, or it was an article or a blog or something. Mm-hmm. And so that it was originally supposed to be 5. And actually I went back and checked there's also a interview that's on StarWars.com with somebody else. They talked about it was supposed to be 5 seasons when they originally discussed it. There was supposed to basically a season per year because this is 5 years before. It was supposed to be 5 years. It was supposed to start 5 years before.
So
Rogue
I have
One.
no idea how this fits with Star
Yeah,
Wars.
so I'm not exactly sure at this point. I know it's good. I know I freaking it sucks that it's just Wednesday and I gotta wait a whole freaking week to see what's gonna happen next. Like a whole week, damn it. Like this is one of those times that I wish I didn't watch something and just binge watched it all at the same time, all at one time. Cause that's what I'm doing with Game of Thrones right now. I'm binge watching that shit, and that shit is good. I like binge watching shit. I think that's how they should just release everything at one time and just let everybody binge watch everything. So much better when you binge watch shit because you can just keep watching shit. It's just great. But hopefully, so I'm pretty sure we discussed this a little bit earlier before you came on. We discussed a little bit about the droid. Now, is the droid that's choking him K2SO that he reprograms? I don't think so. Chris didn't think so. I think Star Wars team leader said the same thing, that he didn't think so. That it's not that. Do you think that K2SO is going to come in? Because I'm pretty sure the next 3 episodes is going to be a prison break. It's going to be. I think Luthen's going to be involved in it. Chris brought up a good point, a good theory that he thinks maybe the droid, the little droid, what's her name? What's his mom figure's name? My brain ain't working.
Oh, I have no idea. I don't know what her name is.
It starts with an M, doesn't it? What the hell?
Dude.
Whatever her name is, the little red droid. I think it's going to be Luthen, the little red droid, or Cassian's just going to reprogram one of the security droids. It's a K2SO droid, Imperial droid, and that's how he's going to break out of prison. I think that's what the next arc is going to be. Not sure because we don't know. I thought K2SO probably wouldn't show up until the next season. I knew he was going to come up. I knew they was going to bring him in. He was too much of a loved character in Rogue One not to bring him
awesome.
in.
Yeah.
So I was and then I thought maybe that what was the kid that got killed, that got crushed in the last episode?
Oh yeah.
Remember his journal?
I don't know his name, but I know who you're talking about with the journal, right? That diary.
I thought maybe the journal was like a journal that had like a bunch of Imperial, how to reprogram Imperial shit or something was in there or something, and he might use the journal. He might use the journal to reprogram a K2SO droid.
Because he was the one who figured out those radios.
Yeah.
But I also
Nimic. Marva.
Yeah.
I know it starts with Marva. So Marva's the mom's name. Thanks, Clinton. And Nimic is the kid that got crushed. So I think he might read his journal and because that kid was smart and he was reprogrammed and built that whole little thing so they knew what they had to do and all that stuff. So that kid was smart. So I think maybe his journal will have something to do with it. But my thing is this: why would Cassian be? Because I thought about it, but then I was thinking why would Cassian go to jail with his journal? And why wouldn't they take that away from him? During the search, unless the Empire just sucks about searching people.
That's true. Maybe he left the journal somewhere and then he gets arrested. Either way, their journal's got to come into play later on.
I know it has to come into play. I just
don't know how it's gonna fit.
Well,
Maybe
that's what I was thinking.
Somewhere while he's arrested or something.
That's what I was thinking, that maybe he had it on him when he went to prison, and maybe he went to jail or whatever they're taking him to slavery or whatever they're doing with him. That he had it and he was able to read it. Because I don't know if he's going to prison because a prison. I think they're just making everybody go into slaves if you got to do 6 years of slavery or something.
Camp or something.
Because that's the only way that it would fit into the thing about him being able to escape. You know how hard it would be to reprogram a droid in a prison? That's going to be hella hard. But if he's out in a field working or, doing some slave stuff, then he might have better access to be able to do that. So I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. I know I'm super excited about what's gonna happen. Whatever it's gonna be good. I think they should give Tony Gilroy let him make the next sequel or the next trilogy. Cause this dude is good at writing this shit. Him and his brothers they're good. They're good at they can make like a rated R Star Wars. I don't know how this ain't rated R. The girl was naked in the bed. Like this dude, they robbing people getting shot in the face. You got naked women. Like, dude, what is going on? Like, this is like.
Where was the naked woman? Hold on.
She was in the bed.
When?
When he was standing in the shower. When Cassian was standing in the shower, she was in the bed talking to him.
I totally forgot. You're right.
Like, they didn't show anything, but you could tell that she was naked.
I remember.
She was naked.
She was.
So that's something that got me, like, you know what I'm saying? You just got a naked chick in Star Wars, like you got naked chicks, you got cussing, you got people getting shot in the face, you got a droid choking you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on here I think that this should have been rated a little bit higher than they should have just went all out and said screw it.
Nah.
They should have just made it rated R. But I think Tony Gilroy should make the next movie.
What would you think? What do you think our show is rated?
Our show?
Yeah.
I know. I looked it up on what is it? FM radio. What is that called? It's called like FM radio or something like that .com. I think that's what it's called.
Okay.
And we're pretty far down.
No, I'm telling you, like, rated R, rated, like...
Oh, this show? Oh, shit. Yeah. We damn near, like, rated probably X at some point. We don't show no pornographic stuff, but some, there's some off-the-wall shit comes out of my mouth sometimes.
Clinton says TV-14. Star Wars team leader says M17. Hold on. Which one has been listening to us longer? I think Star Wars team leader... Actually, I don't know. It was maybe Clinton was.
I don't know. It just depends on the day. Because we've had shows where we really didn't cuss that much and we didn't talk about stuff that was too bad. And then there's been other shows that we just wowed out. I mean, come on. It's like right in the name of the. I mean, it's on every show. Oh damn! I didn't even put the damn little thing on the thumbnail for this episode. I didn't put the outrageous Star Wars show on there. Oh well.
That's because
Chris says M17 for sure.
Not here. CJ like enhances the outrageousness. So now we're just like a little bit more. We're a little bit more sane. When CJ's here, we lose our minds. We'll just say that.
I don't know. My thing is this. That one of the biggest things, like, so when I was thinking about the creation of this podcast, and when I was talking to y'all about it at first, I got tired of listening to the podcast that nobody cusses, nobody does anything. It's just all statistics and they got a number for everything. Like, dude, how the hell do you remember all that shit? Like, I can't remember all that stuff. I can barely remember my own name. And it just got to be tedious. Like, when like, I want to have fun, and listening. I mean, like, cause I listen to Rebel Force Radio and I love the guys over at Rebel Force Radio. Billy Mack and them they're awesome, and I listen to them all the time. But they don't cuss very. I mean, every once in a while you might get a damn or a shit, but they don't really cuss. They're very, they stick to their stuff, and that's fine. And I like listening to them. But at the same time, I want to listen to a podcast where people are being outrageous. People are being themselves. It's kind of like it almost feels scripted, and I use a lot of notes when I'm doing the other podcasts, and that's one of the things I don't like because I don't cuss on other podcasts at all. I can't. I'm being myself, but I'm doing it for kids. It's for kids. I'm trying to get kids interested in the Star Wars books, plus adults and stuff like that. But I try to keep it kid friendly, just so everybody can listen to it.
Yeah.
And it gets to be like. Sometimes it's feeling like, damn, man, I just want to say fuck right now. You know what I'm saying? I want to say something that's because certain things it's going to be funnier if I could have cussed. You know, when I'm saying jokes and stuff like that.
That's definitely true.
And I can't do that because I want kids to be able to listen to it. I mean, my grandson is the one who came up with the idea for the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah. My oldest grandson is the one that came up with the idea for the show.
You paid him royalties. I'm just kidding.
He'll probably get some someday. He should keep my kids.
You're like, I have intellectual property. You're my grandson. You're my intellectual property.
Keen-Eye Shit is his name, and that's what I say at the end of the thing. This podcast was created by Keen-Eye Shit because he's the one that came up with the idea. Because I was trying to figure out a Star Wars podcast what it was. Because he was only like 3, but I put a book on in the car. We were driving to the store. I was taking him to the store. He wanted to go with me to go to the store. Mm-hmm. And I put one of the books on, and he got so excited. Like, he was like, just hearing the lightsabers and everything going on on the book. And that's how the idea came up. I was like, dude, that would be smart. If he got that excited, how many other kids would be excited to hear the books and hear people talk about the books and stuff? So that's how the whole idea came up, and I give him credit for it because I would have never came up with that idea if it wasn't for him and his reaction. So he created it, and he tells me all the time. Because he calls me Big Pop. He says, Big Pop, let me hear my podcast. And I'm like, what do you mean your podcast? I'm the one to do all the work. You know what I'm saying? Me and the team do the work. You don't do nothing. You just sit back and listen to him. But, nah, he'll get shit. If it's up to him, I'm not leaving my kids crap. I'm leaving everything to my grandkids.
That's it.
I'm not leaving my kids crap. They're ingrates. I don't care about nothing that I've done for them. All the opportunities I gave you in life.
Damn.
And
savage.
All of y'all just blew it. All the money y'all gave y'all just blew it. And y'all still call me all the time asking me for money.
Dang.
Like I had to work my ass off for a long time to provide for the 4 ungrateful children that I have.
That's every dad, though.
I mean, and I know that when I had to leave and go out of town and do stuff out of town and stuff like that, it was hard on my kids. And I think they kind of resent me a little bit for that I wasn't there. Yeah. But it's like, dude, do I spend time with you and not go make money, or do I make money and not spend time with you? And
well, I feel like that's like a big, that's really tough between parents and kids because kids don't understand, dad's not here because he's trying to give you the absolute best life. Like, his way of showing that he loves you more than anything is working his ass off to pay for your shit. You know what I mean? And
they didn't mind when they wanted Jordans and all this other high-ex expensive shit that I could afford.
It's so hard.
Y'all didn't complain then.
Yeah. I totally get what you're talking about. It's that balance where do I need to be spending time with them all the time and then not being able to provide, or provide for them and not being able to spend time with them? It's impossible to get it right.
And the thing is this, and now that my kids are parents, they, all my kids have came back, at least all the ones that are parents, they have come back and said, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I should have listened. Yeah, you should have listened. Because that's the reality of it.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think that's kind of hard where the little discussion between Marva and Cassian, she was like, that's because of love. She was like, you're always going to worry about me. I'm always going to worry about you because I love you. You know, that I'm like your mom, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't get, hey, what's up, Leonard, Leo. Calling you Leo. It's easier. Lenny.
But whenever you say Leo, I'm going to think of Leo DiCaprio.
Hey, Leo DiCaprio is dope, so you know what I'm saying? That's fine. But yeah, I don't know. It's just, but when she told him, she was like, quit looking for your sister. She's dead. I was like, Dad, that's fucked up. That's fucked up.
That was a little harsh.
That was harsh as shit.
I was like, damn.
And do you think that hooker that he had in that room was gonna get the money off the top of the shower? Because all his money and everything is in that thing.
She ain't a hooker. She's his girl.
That's not his girl. That's a hooker.
Nah, that's his girl. He already found a new one. He's got game, Kyle.
He got game. He got money. He pay for a hooker.
Every girl's a hooker if you got enough money.
Like,
maybe not every, but I guarantee.
That's a hooker. What's her face? Binks said she wasn't gonna leave with him. He went straight there and got a hooker.
This is I find a new woman.
Yeah, it did. Hey, you know what? I didn't think about it, but you're right, Star Wars team leader. He said this theme was, when it started this time, reminded me of the Aliens movie beginning. Yeah, Binks, whatever, same thing. Star Wars team leader, he be hooking up with all the women. I guess from, and this is just he say, she say, I guess him and Bix was like a couple when they were younger. So that's why they kind of always being like that. Yeah. And that's why that dude Kyle on the show, or what was his name?
Tim. Was scared. Yeah, he was scared that they were going to get back together.
Yeah.
Leonard hasn't watched a new episode yet, but he wants.
What are you waiting on, man?
He's listening to us. Our input is valuable.
Yeah, our input is gonna fucking spoil the show for you. No, spoiler alert! Anybody that's jumping on right now that hasn't watched it, we're talking about a bunch of shit.
What would you rank the episode, Kyle?
What would I rank the episode?
Yeah.
I give it a strong 7.58. Because like I said, there wasn't no action in it.
Yeah.
The pacing was kind of slow. It was kind of slow, but it was very intriguing. It captivated you. The music was great. All the scenes was great. The cameras, dude. I love that they're using like the Alfred Hitchcock camera, like how you supposed to use a camera. You know what I'm saying? The shots over the shoulders, the follow throughs, the camera work. Whoever their videographer is, and everybody whoever doing this is excellent. They are freaking on top of it.
Yeah.
I mean, like I'm sitting there watching the episodes, and I'm looking for these little things, like the sound effects that somebody said down the glass, because you got to understand, every simple little thing, they add that audio into everything. Like when they record, they record they record with sound, but the sound that they're recording with is just for reference, because they're going to add everything in. So if a cup sets down on a table, it's going to make a clinking sound or a clunk sound or whatever, depending on the cup. They add that in later. And a good Foley artist is going to add that in right when it's supposed to happen. Because, like, you got to understand, light travels faster than sound. So you'll see it before you'll hear it. So, you know what I'm saying? You see the cup hit the ground and then you hear the sound. I have not found, in 7 episodes, I have not found one time that the sound was not, if not perfect, almost perfect. Like there's been a couple times that it might have been off just by a hair, but it's so close that like nobody that doesn't know about it, that ain't watching it, is ever going to be able to tell. It's not like in Book of Boba Fett or even in Kenobi, where it was like obvious, where it was just obviously off. Like, dude, what the hell? Like, I heard the sound 2 seconds before the blaster bolt even hit the dude. Like, dude, whoever's doing this is just terrible. Like, they need to fire that dude. But see, I look for things like that. The pacing a couple times in the episode was a little bit slow. It kind of dropped, and it was just like, dude, what? Like it gave you that sense of when the pacing or something drops off, it makes you draw your attention to other things. You won't stay focused because the pacing is off just a little bit. But it was like a couple times, and it was very, very, very slim. I mean, it was like just it happened so quickly that it was almost not knowing. Camera, like I said, was great. Lighting was great. like the only thing that this episode was missing was like some real action, and the only real action that we had was the guys running, and then the stormtrooper guy, choking the dude or telling him to stop, and then Cassian getting choked by the K2SO. Hey, did y'all see the stormtroopers?
So 7.5 or 8? Which one?
I don't know. I'm thinking.
God damn.
Did y'all see the stormtroopers in there were not stormtroopers? They was actually clone troopers. They had clone troopers helmets on.
At the beginning, but then later they had stormtroopers.
Nah, when they was about to turn around and shoot old dude, his stepdad, them was clone troopers. Yeah, they had clone trooper helmets on.
Yeah.
Because, which this is 15 years after the fall. Or after Return of the Jedi. No, I mean after Revenge of the Sith. It's 15 years. So I'm like, why are they wearing clone helmets? They should already. That means there's still clones around. What's going on, Lewis?
Lewis Berry.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
That's the name you gotta say the last name, dude. Your last name's Berry. You gotta embrace that shit. Chuck Berry, he's a legend.
But I don't know why they was wearing clone helmets. Like the clones are still around, and it's 15 years after Revenge of the Sith. That's kind of weird to me that they're still clones. Like they haven't already got rid of all the clones yet.
Nah, I'm assuming this was like because that was a flashback.
That was a flashback. You're right. Yeah. That was a flashback. So it could have been
10 years instead of 15. You know what I mean?
And those were Phase 1 clones. That's what Star Wars team leader just said. Them was Phase 1 clones. Like I didn't catch that till the second one. I was gonna put that in as the Easter egg, but I was like, that's not really an Easter egg. They're supposed to be troopers. That's what was happening in the scene. That's not really an Easter egg. To me, it's like them little things, like the suit of armor and the Jedi Temple mask and the holocrons, which them is the biggest holocrons ever. Them is the things that I catch for Easter eggs. Them is the things that I really notice. The other things really to me is just like kind of tie-ins with the other parts of Star Wars. They're not really Easter eggs. Like certain things just they put in there for, aesthetic effects that like, hey man, that's a damn guard helmet. Oh, that's what's his face? That's Star Killer's armor, so it kind of them things is what resonate with me.
Yeah, that episode. Whenever we see the inside of his shop, especially, I'm like, oh, look, like,
yeah, because he got so much stuff in there. It's crazy. Yeah,
he's got some cool shit.
Dude, and I really thought that thing that he picks up and he's holding, that spiky thing.
Like
dude.
The sword thing.
And I looked it up because I thought that was one of the Knights of Ren's weapons, but it's not. I really thought that's what it was. I thought one of the Knights of Ren had that thing when they were fighting Kylo Ren at the end of Rise of Skywalker, but it's not one of their weapons. I was like, dude, I could have swore I seen that guy holding that thing, but I was wrong. It made me mess back. It messed me up because I really I knew it. I was like, I can tell everybody that thing he keeps picking up. That's one of the Knights of Ren. The Knights of Ren had that. And that means that at some point when Luthen died, the shop guy took it over, the First Order or whatever, you know what I'm saying? They got a hold of it, but it's not. I was wrong. I thought I really found out something that was nobody else found out, but it's not. Nah, I'm going to go with 7.5 just because
7.5. Okay.
There wasn't no action.
That's what I had as well. I had 7.5. Because, again, dude, I'm loving the direction they're going.
Dude, I have not been disappointed yet by episode. There's not one episode that's just was a disappointment.
Right.
Every episode has been good.
I agree.
And I was looking at the IMDb earlier because when I was looking at because I was just I looked at Disney and then I looked at see if Disney had any new articles or anything on Andor. Then I looked at IMDb, see if there was anything popped up, any new actors being added to the cast list. It was technically because I was trying to find out who old girl was. But like I don't think there's one thing on IMDb that's lower than a 7.8 for the episodes out of the first 7 episodes. Like everybody's scoring it high. Like I said, man, like at first everybody was like, what is this? Because there wasn't no like flying cars and stormtroopers, and we had a couple TIE fighters in the first 3 episodes, or we didn't even have that in the first 3 episodes. There wasn't really nothing in the first 3 episodes that made it seem like Star Wars. So I seen why people was complaining about it. But you can't say that now. We got aliens, we got flying cars, we got Coruscant, we got, there's all kind of stuff going on. We got stormtroopers. There's no reason that you can't say this is not Star Wars now. It's just not the same Star Wars that we're used to.
We are missing lightsabers, but other than that, I'm good.
Well, we're missing lightsabers. But you got to remember, we're in a time period where Jedi are hiding. If they are alive, they're hiding.
Oh, I know.
You got Vader and Inquisitors trying to kill you.
I would be pissed if they brought in lightsabers right now. Like, it's just, don't kill it. You're doing good. Make it accurate. I like it. All right. Any news?
Any news? I didn't even look at news. I just been like, I literally watched the episode again before we came on the show. I didn't even look at it.
I've been looking for news. Michelle Rejwan, I'm thinking is her name, the senior VP for Lucasfilm. She's stepping down. That's the biggest thing I saw.
Why?
Let me
pull
it up. I'll pull it up.
You gonna step down when they actually start making good Star Wars stuff? You just step down when they was making crap.
I'm looking.
What happened to CJ? Oh, shit. I didn't even put the link to this shit in there for him to get on.
It doesn't
even if he did get home.
That's true.
That's kind of...
I don't
need
it.
He said he wasn't going to make it.
Come on. Yeah. It doesn't say why she's stepping down. She's still going to be helping produce a bunch of Lucasfilm and a bunch of she's still going to help produce a bunch of Lucasfilm and Disney stuff, but she's not going to be VP anymore. So she was involved with overseeing all live-action content development for Lucasfilm, which included the production of Disney Plus series Obi-Wan and Andor. She was an executive producer on both of those. Yeah.
There ain't really much on here. Something about
was an executive
Darth Vader
producer,
gives him an apprentice. Star Wars team leader said a cool looking villains game. What is that? Where's the game at?
I don't
know. He also said there's some new Star Wars toys at Target today. Oh, board game? They got a board game?
Yeah, there's a board game.
I used to like playing Monopoly Star Wars. That shit is the dopest thing ever.
Fuck. I hate Monopoly, dude. I can't stand it.
What? Monopoly's the greatest game ever. No, actually, the 2 greatest games ever is dominoes and spades, because I've won a lot of money off of both of those.
No. Texas Hold'em and Risk.
Risk.
I love Risk.
Risk is just like playing Monopoly. It's the same thing.
No, it's not. Risk is cool. Risk has strategy behind it. Monopoly's like, no. Monopoly's trash. Risk is all about the strategy, and I love it.
Here goes one. It says Star Wars fans continue raving about Andor after episode 7. Yep. Yep, we do. It's good. What can you say? It has a good story. Things is happening. Like even a boring episode like today was good. It's just good. I don't get why people want to dude. People are going to have difference of opinion. That's all there is to it. We have Star Wars. We have Kids Star Wars, which is Book of Boba Fett, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Is quick action, doesn't really make much sense. That's what kids like. You know what I'm saying? They don't need to make sense. They just got to have a bunch of boom, boom, flash, flash. That's what they want. And then we got Mandalorian and Andor for grown-ups. We just got everything. And if you feel like a kid that day, go watch Book of Boba Fett. I'll still watch it. It's still good enough for me to watch it. It's not that bad. But in Kenobi, I just wish they would have made Kenobi more seriously. Because Kenobi is I've never been, and this is just honestly, I've never been a super big Boba Fett fan. That's just not who I was. I always liked the Jedi type. I want people that can use the Force, and I'm more Sith, but I always liked that stuff. I wasn't Boba Fett didn't even really have, he had, 4 seconds of freaking time in The Empire Strikes Back and 3 seconds of time in Return of the Jedi. He's not a big character to me. He just wasn't Obi-Wan Kenobi or Han Solo or Luke Skywalker or Darth Vader, they had a lot of screen time. So it just he wasn't that big to me. So I've never been I wasn't the most super excited about the episode, the Book of Boba Fett anyway. I wanted to see it because I figured it was going to be cool, but Kenobi, that was a disappointment to me because it's dude, come on, man. Kenobi is one of the arcing characters of the prequel trilogy. Dude, Obi-Wan Kenobi is dope, and y'all made him seem not dope, and that bothered me. That's why it's so hard. It just seemed kiddish to me. It didn't seem like they took it seriously. And this is a character that needed to be taken serious. His show should have been like this show. Maybe they need to get Tony
100%.
Gilroy to redo Kenobi or do the next season of Kenobi.
I agree.
And make it more and I'm not saying that you even got to get rid of all the stuff. Just give it more of a storyline, give it more something that's believable. Don't add shit in there that don't even make sense, like Leia and him being together for a week. You know what I'm saying? That didn't make sense.
It honestly felt like it was made for a 5-year-old in plot, in complexity, I don't know.
And I'm not even saying it was bad because it wasn't bad. It just wasn't good. You know what I'm saying? It was just it's just there. I could watch it.
I thought it was bad.
Literally, when the dude that made the 2.5 hour movie of the 6 parts, it's way better because he cut out all the fluff. He got rid of it. It actually seems like it has a story now.
That one's not bad.
It's just it's better.
It's okay.
It's not great by no means. He didn't have a lot great to go with, but
yeah, I know.
but he tried his best, and he did a good job. The pacing is way better, and it makes it a lot better because there's so many dry times in Kenobi. It's what are you doing, man? What's going on? Why is this even happening? This is stupid. Why would you put this in here? But that's also coming from somebody that's done film and been, seeing how things are supposed to go together, and Kenobi series just didn't fit, and the camera shaking the whole damn series is just that shit drives me crazy. That shit irritates the hell out of me. Camera shake is when something exciting is happening, and not just
and
shaking.
When it fits with the scene,
Yeah, it fits. There's an earthquake. The camera's supposed to shake. The earth is quaking. You know what I'm saying? That's how you mimic an earthquake. You shake the camera. Then it looks like the earthquake happening, and then you have the effects and the cracking and, stuff falling, and that's how you're supposed to do it. The actual house is not shaking. You know what I'm saying? The set is not shaking. They're not shaking the set. They're shaking the camera. That's old stuff, and they don't do it. The dude's just walking, and 2 people are talking, and they're just shaking the damn camera. What are you doing? Why are you doing that? You're just irritating me at this point. Is there any other news? We got any other news? Lord of the Rings. Have you watched any of the Rings yet?
I
The Rings of
haven't.
Power yet?
I honestly have no desire to.
Dude,
Number
you gotta
one, I've
watch
heard,
it.
I don't know.
I'm
I've
telling
heard
you, it's
bad
good.
things. Number two, I don't like Lord of the Rings to begin with.
How do you not like Lord of the Rings? What's wrong with you, man?
Dude,
At least you like Star Wars,
it's
okay?
entertaining. It's entertaining, but like some of the plot points just really trip me up, and I don't like it.
The only problem with the Lord of the Rings that I have is it's slow. It's very, very slow.
Oh,
in a lot of points.
Slow.
But the story is there. They have a good story.
I don't need action to be happy. Like I could go through an entire movie with no action and be completely satisfied. So it's not the lack of it's not like the long spaces in between action that makes it slow. It's just a lot of like drawing on like scenes that like aren't really going anywhere.
Well, they do go somewhere because the story is excellent.
The story's good, yeah, but a lot of the scenes like.
But them slow scenes is what tell the story.
Slow movies. Star Wars team leader says the best way for the Lord of the Rings.
I like Lord of the Rings. I like the Lord of the Rings and I like Hobbit.
He says,
which is crazy because
get the audiobooks and listen to them, but you're going to sleep.
I listened to the audiobooks when I was awake. I listened to them when I was at work and they were good.
Bro, the extended versions are even worse. Oh my god.
That's my favorite ones.
No, dude, have you seen the extended Last Hobbit one, the Battle of the Armies or whatever?
I watched all of them.
That extended version is just too
That's the only
much
one
action.
I watch is the extended version.
Oh god, that was worse. I'm sitting there. I'm like, dude, can this war just end already? I want to hear some people talk. I legit got bored of the action.
Let's see, what else do we got? I don't know, but I honestly gotta say the Rings of Power. So far for the I think there's 4 or 5 episodes, 6 episodes. Is it 4 or 5? I can't remember. What's going on, Omega Psi? The series Rings of Power, yeah, it's good. Like it's way better than like the movies, I think, so far. What I've seen so far. And it's not a lot of action, it's the storytelling that they're telling in it is amazing. I seen something about there's some Star Wars Halloween costumes that are making a big thing I wanted to talk about. I seen that yesterday, but I can't find it now.
Star Wars Halloween costumes?
Yeah, I guess there's
Darth
some.
Vader, Stormtrooper, Boba Fett.
No, these are like, I guess people are saying these are like really, really good. Like the damn near cosplay costumes.
I wouldn't be surprised, bro. How things are going, you could totally.
My thing is, how much are they gonna cost? Everything's so damn expensive now. You go get your car, you go get your kid a Halloween costume, and it costs you $1,000.
She's like, you're gonna dress up as a ghost. One of those sheet ghosts this year. Just put a sheet on.
My wife's talking about getting a dog a Halloween costume. She said she wants to dress him up as Darth Vader. I said, what the hell? Jesus, like Darth Vader? You gonna make my dog Darth Vader? He's a pit bull. You know what I'm saying? Like, put a pit bull costume on. He already looks ferocious. He's supposed to. He's a pit bull. He's a big baby. And he gonna run from anything. The damn dog runs from cats. But, like, really? You're going to make him Darth Vader? Like, that's really going to be scary. A pit Darth Vader. Pit Vader.
Pit Vader. Darth Pitbull.
Omega Psi said, I absolutely love the series, the visuals, the characters building, loved it. Yeah, I'm telling you. You'll like it. I'm telling you, you'll like it. And because whatever her name is, Galandra or whatever her name, she's dope. This bitch is dope. She be telling. So it's super dope. I gave it a 7.5 for this episode. I don't think we have Has anybody even rated any one of the episodes under a 7 yet? You're keeping track, right, Garrison?
Yeah. So you ranked episode 2 a 6.
Yeah.
You ranked episode 5 a 6.
It was kind of slow episodes. Everything else been great.
Yeah. So far, the only 6 I've given was episode 2.
Yeah, it's solid.
Yeah, and then the rest is 7s or 8s or 9s.
Yeah, last episode was a 9 or like 8.5, 9. Definitely, that was dope.
You ranked it a 9.
Yeah.
TJ had 8.5 and I had 8. So
that last episode was super dope. Nah, that's great, man. Andor is this is what I wish Star Wars would continuously be. Like, they need to get directors in and storytellers in that's going to make Star Wars like this, which I know they're not going to do that. They're going to, it got to be they got to be kid ones, to draw in the new people to Star Wars. But, I mean, the crazy thing is the 2 shows that are getting the best rankings by younger people are Mandalorian and this show. Everybody likes this show. There's nobody that said that, like I said, at first, the first 3 episodes, people were like, I don't like it. It's not about Star Wars. It doesn't look like Star Wars. But once 4, 5, and 6 hit, and now it just, everybody's like, it's Star Wars. This is Star Wars. It's just a grittier side of Star Wars. It's the side that we have never seen before because, and I don't even know if it's.
I love how a comment pops up and you will stop mid-sentence.
Because I'll be trying to read. I'm trying to get. I try to interact with the chat.
I know, but finish your sentence first.
Yeah, I get it from my dad.
Funny.
My dad. And he still does it now. Where he's old now, but he'll be like this. So we were at the park, and this guy walked up. And you'll just be sitting there, you're waiting on him to say something and finish right. And he's like
already on a new topic in his brain, thinking about something else.
And that's what he'll do. And he'll be like, and then, so the other day I was talking to your grandma, like, do it, finish the story. What was you talking about? Like, I want to know what was the guy doing? What happened? Like,
you literally are him.
No, I get distracted by stuff coming up in the comments. Omega Sai says, CJ asked me if I wanted to come on the podcast. Guess we're just waiting for some free time and space on y'all's schedule. Yeah. I mean, he ain't say nothing to us yet, but I mean, whenever you want to come on, man. Whenever I don't know, we ain't got no celebrities coming on anytime soon because I stopped asking them. Because the last 2 didn't show up. So I was like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to ask nobody else from Andor to come on. The Andor celebrities aren't very reliable. Actually, I talked to Abraham last week. He said he just got the times mixed up. He was like, he thought we was coming on later. Because he was like, dude, I'm not from America. I don't understand the y'all's time zones over here. So I mean, I get it. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
All right.
Yep, I'm ready for Tales of the Jedi next week. Now, that is coming out. They're all coming out on the same day, right? They're not like bringing out 6 different.
I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure that's what I read. That it was supposed to come out on the. They were all going to be released at the same time.
I think so.
Yeah.
It looks like it.
I'm pretty sure that they're all coming out at the same time, which will be cool.
Yeah, they're all streaming on the 26th. Wow, that's close. We have a week.
Yeah.
Fuck. You're telling me Wednesday I have an exam and I gotta watch all the Star Wars shorts and I gotta watch Andor? Oh, Wednesday's gonna suck ass.
Yeah, just don't sleep. Get you some no-dos.
There you go.
Or some speed. You in college. I know they got the good shit where you can stay awake over there. What the hell is it? All that shit that people was taking.
Oh, I don't take anything. I'm all natty. I'm a natty brainiac, bro.
See, I know back when I was in school, there was a bunch of people taking some shit. I can't remember what that shit was called.
Adderall?
Adderall, yeah. That was it. A bunch of people was taking Adderall. Adderall wasn't even a big thing. It was like for fucking people that had like, I don't know, one of them things. It was like what they gave out. It was like Percocet. Well, not Percocet. What's the Prozac?
Percocet. Molly Percocet.
He just break out his song. When I say Percocet, Percocet's a hell of a drug. Omega Psi said, let's get Sam Whitwer laughing my eye. He follows me on Instagram. Maybe I can shoot him a message. I've hit him up about 3 times. Just because I want him to come on for the Star Wars Impossible quiz, because from my understanding, him and Dave, they are like the super whizzes when it comes to Star Wars. So I want to see if I can stump them.
Yeah,
Either
you're
one of
asking
them.
some weird questions, homie.
Like, I would definitely... You were prescribed ADHD. Blue and yellow, purple pills.
Blue and yellow, purple pills.
And Lenny out here getting fucked up. That would be amazing. He absolutely loves Star Wars. He's actually a super supportive of Star Wars podcasts and fans. So, I don't know, hit him up. I've hit him up like 3 times, or more than that. I don't even know how many times, at least twice. And I never even got a response. So, but you know, you got to also understand. I understand where celebrities is coming from and stuff like that. It's, you know how many people hit them up every day asking them to come on podcasts. So, you know, for something to happen, or you know, and then they're busy as shit.
Yeah.
Like, most of the time it's just luck of the draw because you just caught them at the right moment. Like when I had on the other podcast, when, you know, I had Carl Weathers and Ming Na Wei on the other podcast, it was just luck. I just hit them up and they just was like, yeah, I'll come on. I ain't doing nothing this on Sunday, and I was recording on Sunday and it just worked out. So, you know, but it's a luck of the draw.
All right. Was that it?
If you go listen, it's only like a 4-minute interview because I actually cut it up because I record the other podcast. It's not live, but I cut it up because I actually talked about Rocky and Apollo for like 45 minutes, and we talked about Star Wars for about about 7 minutes. Huh?
It's a good interview.
Yeah, it was short because we just got to talking about other shit, and then I couldn't put it in because it wasn't really about. Yeah, I was talking about Rocky mostly. Like, dude, it's Apollo Creed. Like, dude, I don't care about what you playing in Mandalorian. You're Apollo Creed, shit. And
dude,
then
seriously though,
like I grew up watching Rocky. I used to watch Rocky. I put a Rocky on when I worked out. That was like my shit. Put on Rocky and work out. Rocky will make your ass want to work out. Like, oh, you'll be shit so damn done when you're done. You'll be finished. But yeah, I don't think there's anything else. I don't know what that. It says only thing that I pulled up is something that came out 6 days ago talking about the 50 scariest Halloween costumes that will spook everyone. What does that have to do with?
That has nothing to do with
Star Wars, you know, at all. It says the Simply Sith get up is perfect for a Star Wars fan.
Unless you're Palpatine naked. That's pretty scary costume.
That's on what is that?
I have no idea.
That the shit that they was doing in San Francisco, remember we talked about it. The play.
Oh, the burlesque.
The burlesque, yeah.
Yeah,
Palpatine's flying through the air naked.
Bro, if it came to Arizona, I'd go see it. Fuck it.
I would go see it too. Come on, man. It's Star Wars. I'm seeing everything in Star Wars. I might not like it, but I got tricked into going see the Rocky Mountain Horror Picture Show one time. I didn't know what it was about.
Bro.
I thought it was about the Rocky Mountains. Like, you know, like it had something to do with, like, we live in Denver. At that point, I lived in Denver, and it was like the Rocky Mountain. I thought it was about some horror that happened in the mountains, and then next thing you know, there was a bunch of gay people with shit. I was like, what the fuck is going on, man? This is not what I signed up for. I went with a girl, though, so... You know what I'm saying? But I was like, dude, why is all these guys looking at me and shit? Like, why like everybody here is gay? Like, I had like 4 people hit on me, like 4 dudes hit on me.
You're like telling the girl, stay close to me.
It was weird as shit. Like, and I don't care if you're gay, just leave that over there. I'm not gay, leave me alone. And that was weird because I had guys hitting on me like, oh, you're so cute. Like, what the fuck is going on, man? I'm about to punch somebody. Like, Jesus Christ, we got to get out of here. Like, where did you bring me?
Sounds like a good time, bro.
That shit wasn't a good time. That shit was horrifying. It was really the Rocky Mountain Horror Picture Show. I was scared as shit. I was scared as hell. I was like, dudes wearing freaking looking like Kiss, wearing spandex and dildos and shit. Like, what the fuck is going on, man? What the hell is happening here? Yeah, it was an experience. All right, guys, I guess that's it for today. We will see you guys Saturday morning. Make sure you do all the stuff that tell people. That's our biggest thing. Just tell people about the podcast. We know everybody that's in the chat and everything. Y'all already subscribed and do all that dumb shit. Just tell people about the podcast, tell your friends, tell everybody, because the more people we can get in, the more things that we're able to do, and the more bomb-ass fucking podcasts we can bring to you guys. That's the biggest thing. The email I'm working on it. I've been working on it every day. This shit is a pain. Man, ain't a change. Man, I'm old. Shit is different. Like, you used to be able to make a...
Didn't you say it's supposed to launch today?
No, it's supposed to launch it's launching on Halloween.
On Halloween, that's true. I'm sorry.
And like I am pushing to get that shit done. I thought it was like, cause I got like the landing page done, but like I don't know, getting all this shit like embedded into like the podcast and the videos and everything, and finding video players and all this shit, man. Like, dude, back in the day, it was just like, you wanted to start a website, you just started a website. You know what I'm saying? You go in, use WordPress or Squarespace or whatever you was using. You just drag and drop everything. Now, man, it seems like it's harder than back in the day when you had a code. And, like, dude, this shit, like, why is there, like, every plug, you get a plug in, the shit don't work. You got to change the whole background of the whole format because the damn plug-in that's supposed to plug into the web page, it doesn't fit that theme or that template, so now you got to change that. I was like, dude, what the hell? You didn't, like, everything was just interchangeable back in the day. Like, if you had a blog page and you wanted to add a podcast, you just add a plug-in and pop that bitch in there and then put the information in and it worked.
Pop that bitch in there.
It would work. Now you can't do that. It's like, dude, this podcast player does not fit with this theme. Like, what? So you download 9 plugins, they don't fit. Then you find out that the theme actually is not set up to have audio and video on it. So then you got to change the whole theme. Then the new theme that you picked out that will fit them, now all your shit don't fit on there, or it won't. You turn on the phone and it's all crap, man. Everything's all bumbled together and jumbled up. Like, what the hell is going on? So yeah, it's been a pain in the ass, but I'm getting there. And
so if you need help on designing a website, Kyle's not the right guy to call.
Yeah, I'm not the right guy. And I've designed like 6 or 7 of them back in the day. None of them were hard. Like, I popped up, like, for my other podcast before I started this podcast. Before I started these podcasts, when I was doing,
it makes it more complicated half the time.
When I did like Vaping View and all that, when I was doing the vaping podcast and stuff, I set up stuff for like that. That was only 5 years ago. And it was way easier. Now it's like, oh, dude, like, it just, shit is not right. And it's like, dude, what the hell is going on? It's cheaper now. It's way cheaper. I think when I did the Vaping View podcast website, that shit was like $250 for me to design that. When I did this one, it's like $109. I was like, holy shit, it's like half the money. It's probably why it's twice as hard. Like, yeah, we're going to make it cheaper, but it's going to be fucking hard as shit. But, all right, so we're out, guys. We will talk to you guys on Saturday. See you then. Stay outrageous. May the force be with you. Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to LSR. If you've enjoyed the show, consider subscribing so you can be notified when new episodes are released. If you would like to be a guest on the show or just want to give us some feedback, feel free to email us. You can also reach out to us on all major social media platforms. Lightsaber Radio is produced by Pickfilm Media and is a Swaycast original, starring Garrison Turcott, CJ Elliott, and Kyle McDaniel. And don't forget to join us next time for more adventures in a galaxy far, far away.